All right, let's get it. Yo, I've been away for a minute. I haven't recorded in a while, but it's only because I get busy with life. But I'm back. I'm going to try and upload more frequently. And I think from time to time, I'm going to focus on Black history. So, not every video going forward is going to be a history lesson or a video about Black history, but I think from time to time I'll try and upload a video with a topic that's concerning Black history, especially since they are talking about basically erasing us from public education. So, with that being said, today I want to talk about tomb raiders versus archaeologists. Is there a difference? Well, scholastically, sure. The definition of the two will definitely differ, but in reality, so like I was just saying about them trying to write us out of history. Well, here's a quote, and it reads: "History is almost always written by the victors and conquerors and gives their view, or at any rate, the victor's version is given prominence and holds the field." Keep that in mind going forward, because this is what whitewashing history is all about. The victors or the winners tell their narrative, and that is what's taught to our future generations. So, I want to read this, and I'm going to read from the column on the right. It's in regards to archaeology, and it's from the Encyclopedia Britannica, published in 1992. I know this is kind of blurry, but bear with me, guys. And I'm going to start down on the paragraph that begins with both on the far right column. And it reads: "Both the artifactual and the non-artifactual materials have their important roles in archaeological interpretation. Strictly speaking, archaeology is not concerned with the analysis and interpretation of the bones of ancient man himself, whether fossilized or not. The study of the skulls and skeletons of ancient man is the concern of the physical anthropologist or human paleontologist. Neither is the archaeologist normally prepared to decipher or interpret the writings of ancient man. This is the specialty of the epigraphists and philologists. The principal activities of the archaeologist include preliminary field work, i.e. the discovery and recording of sites and their superficial examination, excavation and classification, dating, and interpretation of materials. Archaeological reconnaissance techniques range from simple exploration by walking or motoring to aerial photography, the use of ground probes, and electromagnetic detection." So, according to the Encyclopedia Britannica, archaeologists do not interpret or classify history. They basically find things and give them to someone else for interpretation. Next, let's read about grave robbery or tomb raiders. And you can see this is from Wikipedia. Grave robbery, tomb robbing, or tomb raiding is the act of uncovering a grave, tomb, or crypt to steal commodities. It is usually perpetrated to take a profit from valuable artifacts or personal property. A related act is body snatching, a term denoting the contested or unlawful taking of a body, seldom from a grave, which can be extended to the unlawful taking of organs alone. So, what's the real difference between tomb raiding, grave robbing, and archaeology? Essentially, they're doing the exact same thing. You are going and excavating, digging up someone's tomb to take the valuables. Now, they'll say that grave robbery is what's sold on the black market, but archaeologists sell their stuff to museums. So you're still taking the goods of said tomb and selling it for profit, for personal gain. See, really, there is no difference. It's just they classify, and I use air quotes when I say they classify one as legal and they classify one as an illegal act. You see what I'm saying? You raid the tombs of ancient Egyptian mummies for your own personal gain. You raid the tombs of various African kings and queens, and you take them to your museums over in Europe, and you use them for personal gain, and you tell us that it's history. You're preserving history. To me, you're just a grave robber. Regardless of what you try and call it, how you try and recoin it or coin it, you're just a grave robber. To me, there is no difference. So the next summary I want to read is from livescience.com, and this is an article that was published in March 26, 2022. And you can see from the title that it's about the discovery of kings from Britain. To get to the bottom of the mystery, Dark, and this is the person who conducted the study, reviewed the archaeological work previously done at thousands of burial sites from this period in the west of Britain and Ireland. His study suggests that the British royal graves were placed within early Christian cemeteries, and while they were marked out as those of high status people, they seem very humble compared to ornate pagan graves, or none have stones with inscriptions stating who was buried there. The outer enclosures vary in size, and some contain up to 4 graves, but they are typically about 15 to 30 feet, 4 to 9 meters across, and up to 30 feet, 9 meters long. Quote, "We've got a load of burials that are all the same, and a tiny minority of those burials are marked out as being of higher status than the others. End quote. When there are no other possible candidates, that seems to me to be a pretty good argument for these being the lost royal burials. That's all from Mr. Dark. So, what I take from what he's saying is, up until recent history, they haven't even been searching. Why? Why are you so quick to run to Egypt and Africa and dig up graves? You just won't let the people rest. Why haven't you been looking in Europe and Britain for royalty? Why haven't you been digging up their graves? Why haven't you been bothering their resting place? That's the question I want to know. Is it because of what he said, that they're kind of common graves and there's nothing there to see? There are no jewels to steal. There are no precious valuables to steal from the graves. Is that the reason? I wonder. And I know someone out there is going to say, well, probably because most of the royals are buried in mausoleums. And that part may be true. But still, you let them rest in peace. That's the point I'm really trying to make here, is let the dead rest in peace. So, like I was saying at the beginning, what I'm going to focus on from time to time is telling our story instead of his story. Since some have made it their rallying cry, for lack of a better term, to I don't want to say destroy, but let's just say they want to make it difficult for kids to learn about Black history in public schools. Since they've made that their rallying cry, whether you want to call it CRT or not. I mean, I've already established in previous videos that what's being taught in K through 12 is not CRT and does not have anything to do with CRT, but let's just call it what it is. They're trying to whitewash Black history. They're trying to take away all Black history. So what I'm going to do from time to time is make a video talking about Black history. Black history that kids wouldn't learn in K through 12 anyway. And there are a lot of YouTube channels that highlight or cater to Black history, and I think there needs to be more. I mean, this is what we're going to have to do, be it right or wrong. This is what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to start telling our story. This is how we're going to preserve knowledge. This is how we're going to honor our ancestors and those who came before us. So, I encourage you all, get more involved. Teach your kids about real Black history, not just the cookie cutter MLK, Harriet Tubman, Frederick Douglass, the stuff that they teach during so-called Black History Month. No, we want to get deep into our history because our history is way more than just a handful of people. So, like always, I appreciate your time. Thanks for watching. Peace.